The man that is there as the commissioner of police is a very unique individual because he was in Lagos. When he was in Lagos as the public relation officer of the police, that is AIG Zone 2, Control Lagos and Ogun State Police Command, this man was a very, very fantastic individual. So he was elevated to become a CP, and he was transferred to Ondo State to manage the security in Ondo State as at last year. And last year, I'm very, very aware because I visited Ondo State less than a week ago. I was still in Ondo State. I spent quality time there. And it has been moving from one village to the other, one local government to the other, from reliable. So you will have a meeting with all the local government chairmen in Ondo State, traditional rulers, other critical stakeholders, that police, as far as he's concerned, they are not spirits. He want to work with the people. But, you know, sometimes, according to Lucky Dube, he said some people don't care because if you are not, it doesn't affect you. You say it doesn't care. But Lucky Dube said that you never know who is the next victim. So because of that, if your neighbor is having a challenge, just assume that it could be you. So with the recent challenge, the other day I know something happened to Besede. In less than how many hours they get those guys arrested. And you equally know of a king that was murdered as a result of, I think they were trying to kidnap him, and as a result of that he resisted, and those I try to be careful of the word that I will use for them. They don't behave like animal. Animals are very, very civilized, but they behave like I'm trying to use. They behave like subhuman being. How will you kill an individual because you are trying to kidnap him, maybe for ransom? So the commissioner of police on those, the CP Adebowale Lawa, is the one coordinating all the security agencies in Ondo State to ensure that those that are involved in that are brought to book. Even aside that, I learned that something that happened, there was another incident that happened last week. They have arrested some of those individuals who actually perpetrated that. So one thing he has been begging, according to him, because I make effort to speak, I spoke with him yesterday, is begging the citizen that the state belongs to every one of them. They just need their cooperation. And I don't think he's asking too much. It's not asking too much. So he has been making all effort to ensure that it's not only that crime and criminality in Ondo State is reduced. He want to completely eradicate crime and criminality in Ondo State. Please and please, and equally appeal to me that should help him to equally extend it to everyone, whether you are in around Ondo State, that in order for them to achieve what they are doing, please and please, if you see anything you cannot figure out security-wise, that please make best use of this. Is how do you call it, our own social responsibility to you. Just have this number 08132 188976. Have that number, and this number is controlled by him. It's on his desk, and you have, if you are afraid, it's telling people that don't be afraid, get information to them, then I'll make best use of them. So they are making effort to ensure that those that are involved in the killing of a traditional ruler in Ondo State, that they must ensure that they will be apprehended, and at the end of the day they will face justice. It's just an appeal. See, let's see, you have a friend, an associate in Ondo State, and you can equally share the number with him, or if they have information, reach out to the CP of Ondo State, CP Adebowale Lawa, on that number. Say they are willing and cooperate with you to ensure that information that you give to them is properly handled for the betterment of every one of us. That is just that for Ondo State. Let's quickly come. I have a short video that I need to quickly play, so that I have a short video that I need to quickly play. Let me call my engineer to help us with that. This video is very, very important because I was among those every day. Because I occasionally visit some of the prison in Lagos, even in Ijebu. When you interact with some of those guys, there are some of them that they even know the reason why they are in prison. So, but something happened here in my own side here in Ejigbo. Because of that, I love the chairman of Ejigbo SCDA, the way he handled the issue. But let's listen to it, then I will speak to that briefly. Let's listen to this short voice. It's less than a minute.
Joseph what?
Kalu.
Joseph Kalu. The Igbo man?
Yes.
Where do they live?
For Bola.
Which Bola?
Okay.
Okay, for Bola.
Yes.
What do you do? Why we can't say make you the pack stone like this?
Because I go through it, there's me for where I'm not supposed to throw him.
Where the place where you throw him?
Back of this local government.
Inside gutter be for road, be for where?
Inside gutter.
Inside gutter. You go do him again?
I'm not going to try him again for my life.
Yeah, continue.
Okay. That's just. You listen to that. That is not Joseph Folonshaw. It's Joseph Kalu. This guy was actually contaminating, let me say, destroying the environment in Ejigbo SCDA, and he was apprehended. And luckily for him, we have a chairman in the name of Are Adebayo Taiwo. Tauhid Taiwo, who is the executive chairman of Ejigbo. And instead of normally what they used to do is this kind of, they take the person to mobile court, and they read the charge for him for environmental disturbance, defacing what he's doing in Ejigbo. He decided that let him work. In abroad they call it community service. Let him work. The guy actually confessed that yes, he was trying to, maybe we say ignorantly. Why should you see trying to destroy the drainage and the rest of them? And I think the chairman ensured that he actually worked. After he worked, I believe they said he will give me cold water to drink and a small thing to chop for his service. But why I love the chairman of SCDA is he did not take him to mobile court to send him to Kirikiri prison or take him to Ikoyi prison. He do what we call community service, and that guy become like, even the way when you see him talking, become as an ambassador. He lecture him, the chairman lecture him, and I say, no, this is your environment, this is our environment. We cannot destroy it. If we are destroying it, it's not actually only for it to affect only him, it will affect other people, your friend, even yourself. So we first say, let us see what we can do to maintain, nourish, and cherish our environment. And equally appreciate the chairman of Ejigbo SCDA for what he has done by saying, you know what, do a community service instead of you going to them sending you to prison. That is just information I need to quickly pass to you. And I wish many leaders can equally do that. There are some cases that you don't need to rush to maybe mobile call, hey, you must be punished, go to prison. No, there are many ways, or this should be like what I regard as not punitive punishment, but like a corrective punishment. I have my wonderful people in the studio. And let me start with my sister here. Is an engineer. He actually came for a topic, but let me allow her to speak to us, because the way I did today's show is I want to put like a women affair, but I still have my brother, my philosopher, with us in the studio. And Sister Olufumilayo, thank you very, very much for joining us. What is your take on what, instead of sending someone to prison, decide, okay, just do a community service? Then the guy is aware that what he has done is completely wrong, and become like he want to be like an ambassador for promoting a very decent environment in Ejigbo.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Joseph, for inviting me. I'm really honored to be here this morning. I really think that's a very, very good initiative and idea by the Ejigbo chairman, if I'm correct, and that he was able to make rather than sending the person to prison and it takes a longer process, you are able to allow that person to work for the community so that other people can see that our environment is very important to us. So if you destroy it, you're destroying yourself, you're destroying your home, you're destroying your own country. So being able to allow him to take part in the community service is a very, very good initiative by the chairman that did that. So kudos to that. I think that was a wonderful idea.
All right, thank you very much. My very big Oga Somi Ranta. What do you think about that? Community service and equally lecturing the guy that the environment is for you, is for me. We need to nurture it.
Well, good morning to our listeners and probably viewers too, because everything has gone both audio, visual.
All right.
But in any case, I think we have to encourage such actions because everything is not punitive. It should be correctional. You can use something that is wrong to create a situation that will be very, very positive, that will impact lives positively. Because oftentimes when I see policemen on the road, or LASMA, or any of these agencies, their job is to correct and ensure that there is free flow of traffic. But you come to see sometimes that they start creating obstruction, stopping where they stop you because of the ulterior motive behind their actions. They try to create more problem than solve it. And oftentimes I've asked to park. I say, my friend, it's not everything that is punitive. It's not punitive at all times. You can correct someone, and that person, because your job there is not only to just collect money. The agencies are not created to generate funds for government. They are created to solve a particular problem in society. So when you begin to remove people's mind from making everything as a punitive process, but trying to use it as a way of getting the right action, pushing somebody to, because in that community where the person is doing this community service, people around will say, what did he do? Because they know him. And they'll say, the guy did A, B, C, D. And he's acting in this other way now, X, Y, Z. It helps model society the right way. And kudos to that local government chairman, I must say.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Somi Oranta. Now, let's on today's topic. Let me find out if Auntie Jimoke is already with us. Good morning, ma, from US. Hello? Hello? Austin, let's find out if it's with us so that I can listen to what... okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Okay, it's good morning in Nigeria, but in US...
good evening or good night.
Okay, good evening. Thank you very much.
That's in my time.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. We're already here. I sent you a short video, but we want to play that video that help us to start our conversation for today. Today we will be looking at the role of tech or the role of technology in promoting good governance. I will say in Africa, I will say in Nigeria, I will say in Lagos, I will say in Oshodi, I will say in Edo State. Technology is here. If you like, we should do obsolete law that will not embrace them, but I think I'm not allowed to say technology is like a disruptor. If you don't want it, it will force you to make you to say, you know what, I am here, you must look at me. So technology is here. So because of that, let's look at the role of technology in promoting a good governance. And to help us do this, I have in the studio is in fact everybody on the platform. If you have access to that banner, these are just very, very beautiful ladies, beautiful women. African women are always very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. In the studio here with us is Olufumilayo
Ogunwo Adesanya.
Ogunwo Adesanya is a tech expert and equally the founder of Naija Girl in Tech.
Yes, Naija Girls in Tech.
Naija Girl in Tech. They will say, ladies and gentlemen, let me jump there and come back. Let me allow me to use engineer Jumoke Akin Taylor, and is a chief operating officer of Tri-Africa Empowerment Foundation. Am I correct, ma'am?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, I don't use the title engineer. I think it's only in Nigeria they use that.
Okay. You know, so they like title.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us all the way from US. Thank you for the sacrifice and for you joining us this time. I equally have my very, very wonderful philosopher. Somi Uranta is a philosopher, is an author, and equally a Niger data activist. Oga Somi, thank you very much as usual for joining us.
I greet you very well, and everyone else.
All right. Let's listen to this short video from our dear president, the commander-in-chief of the Armed Forces of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let's listen to him, then we start the conversation, because that is the basis for our.
I followed keenly what you are doing. The essence of democracy is to have, very solid brainstorming discussions committed to national development and nation building, the stability of the nation. It's not as important as the history aspect of this. What is crucial is the fact that you manage the process to the extent there will be no confusion, no disenfranchisement of Nigerians, and we are all going to see democracy flourish. It is time that we have confidence in our system. No matter how good the system is, it's managed by the people, promoted by the people, and the result is finalized by the people. In fact, for final results, you are not going to be talking to the computer, you are going to be talking to human beings who will announce the final results. And when you look at the crux of various arguments, maybe Nigerians should question our broadband capability. How technically are we today? How technically will we be tomorrow to answer the call of either real time or no? And as long as you appear personally as a manual voter in any polling booth, ballot paper is given to you manually, you decide in the corner and thumbprint the party of your choice, you cast your vote without hindrance and any interference. Ballots are subsequently counted manually, sorted and counted manually. It's just the arithmetic accuracy that is entered into from easy. It's still manual, essentially.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for that. I believe our listener and viewers across the world, you listen to our dear president. Let me start from Madam Olufumilayo. The president has mentioned how many times, more than 3 times, manually. Our conversation is the role of technology in promoting good governance. what do you think we should do? It's as if, because if you listen to the protests at the House of Assembly before the bill was passed and sent to the president for him to put his signature, it's as if the citizen, the people that are leading us, as if they are operating from different poles. The citizens are saying, we have technology, is not a problem for us. Please bring it like yesterday. Why the lawmakers say no? There are a lot of places that because of infrastructural deficit, we cannot embrace technology now. And it become like, okay, it should be where the technology work, where we have infrastructure, let's do technology. Where it will not work, go manual. Will it not cause confusion? Then the other one, let's start with, what is your assessment to technology in Africa or in Nigeria? Do you think we never set, or we are set, or we should force ourselves to set?
Okay, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak. First of all, I would say Africa at the moment is still way behind the level of technology that other Western world are advanced into. So we are still very, very, very much way behind. However, we should not look at the fact that because we are way behind, we are not putting ourselves forward out there. Because if we want development, if we want investment, if we want economic growth, we need to embrace technology. And whether we like it or not, technology is here to stay. It's not going anywhere until the end of the earth. At least till the end of the earth, there's always going to be technological advancement. So the right time right now is for Africa, especially Nigeria, that is the mother of all African nations, is to start putting themselves ahead in the technological advancement, start getting people trained, start getting people aware that this thing is here to stay. So this discussion in the House of Assembly or in the Senate House saying, oh no, we don't want it. No, it's better for them to start now. They may not get it right at the first instance. However, as technology is reiterative, it's growing, it's always growing, so you get better every single time. Even the Western world that have built themselves, they didn't just do it like that. They would make mistakes, go back to it, then they call it lessons learned. So they look at their lessons learned, they look at feedbacks, they look at, okay, where did they get it right, where did they get, and they improve on it. So I would say it's high time right now to start creating that awareness, start getting infrastructures in, start bringing in experts from overseas, people who are experts in this field to come and help, to come and invest, to come and help build. Then we get us trained, then we can take it from there. So for me, that notion that, oh, we don't have the infrastructure, I do not completely agree. We can't start building that infrastructure. We can't start creating that awareness. We have to just start letting people know. And at the same time, get experts in from abroad to come and help out. And with time, over maybe in the course of 8 to 10 years, we can now fully say that we can be fully technical in the electoral side and get it up and running. So that's my own take on it.
Okay, let me stay with you. You have a United Kingdom, not only United Kingdom orientation across the globe. You've done a lot of things in the tech world. Let it will start. Do you think if it is United Kingdom, and some people say those guys that are protesting, they're anti-government, that's the way we do things here, but do you think the House will do what they did? Is it downtown? How do they call your parliament? What's the address again? Number 10. Number 10. Do you think if the UK citizen are in that very place, you decide to maybe charge them and say, they ask them, do you know what? Integrate this in this process. Maybe the Metropolitan Police may decide to charge them and say, hey, you get out of this very place. This is the way we are going. Because of then, when someone is saying because of infrastructure, are you not reporting yourself?
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be there, the lawmakers are supposed to create oversight function to ensure that the executive ensure that there is infrastructure across the entire map of Nigeria. But you are not reporting yourself. There are some places that either we decide or we don't care. There's no network. Those people, they cannot, the law, let's face them out. They don't need to embrace technology. Then let's equally wait.
Yeah. Okay, to answer your first question, I think, first of all, in the United Kingdom, there's always room for growth. There's a lot of negotiations that happens in the parliament. So whenever something is, an idea or an initiative is going to be adopted, you would find the lawmakers sitting down and discussing. And what are they discussing? They discuss the risk involved, they discuss the impact to the society. What will be the impact to the society? What benefits would it be for the society? And what would even be the disadvantage for the society? So in that aspect, if it's in the UK, there would always be talks and talks and talks. They disagree to eventually agree. So until eventually they come to a point that they now vote and say that, oh, I think this initiative is more of advantage to us, to our nation, to our people, then they adopt and pass it as a bill, and it becomes law. So that is one aspect of it. Your second question, I think I missed the other one. What's your second question?
Trying to say, because there are some places that will not have network because of infrastructure, and I decide to let them marginalize, since because those citizens are not to create the infrastructure. Yeah. It is the lawmaker and the executive that are supposed to create those infrastructure. I'll give you a classical example. The incident that happened in Kwara, he said it was difficult for even the governor to go to that very place because of lack of road. The one that happened in Kaduna, it was difficult for the governor to go there because of lack of road. And the governor, it may not be only this governor that are there in Busta, whether Kwara or Kaduna. The governor is supposed to make sure that there is access road to those very places in case of a deal like this. So if you are not reporting yourself, what do you think I should do?
I think it's how am I going to put it? Because I'm trying to also choose my words carefully. It's ignorance sometimes when government says because there is lack of good roads. That is why you are there. That is why the government is there, to ensure that we have good roads, we have accessibility, we have the infrastructure in place so that people are able to access the different opportunities that are there for them. So I think in the area of tech, if this discussion of tech, because of, they need to make it transparent and they want to adopt it, is something they need to start discussing now. They may not be able to implement it now because you don't want a wishy-washy kind of job. But if you say in the next 10 years, by 10 years, we want to ensure that our electoral systems, when we do vote, is fully technical, then start planning it now. So maybe the next year's election may not be digital. It will still go through the manual process because it takes time, it takes infrastructure, it takes money, funding, investments. So, but if they plan and say by next 10 years or by the next election or by the next change, we want this to have happened, then they put it in the budget, then they pass it as a bill, then they start planning towards that. So I think that's what they should be looking at, rather than just saying, some don't want some. Start encouraging people that by 2032, I think it's the next one, we are going to fully go technical. So what do? Let's start planning, let's start training, let's start getting the infrastructure in, and by that way Nigerians would be more comfortable in accepting and adopting that we may not do it now, but we will do it. It's just like a parent, when a child is telling I want to go to school, and the father says, give me this time to go and get your school fees, to work for your school fees. The child will sit back. If possible, if the child is good, the child will also try and help the parents. How can I will start going to meet uncles and aunties. How can my dad raise this fund? So you give people that opportunity to to be able to plan. So I think planning is the key word here.
Okay, let me rush down to US by virtually to Anchi Jimoke. Hello, ma. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Now, we have done it here before. Professor Debu Ojerinde, the former registrar of JAMB, in 2007, 2008, he started digitalization of JAMB by, I think he started with 20%, how do you call it, tech, and 80% manual. And even announced, I was in that press conference, and he said that he's working toward, in 2015, that there will not be anything like paper in JAMB. This man was moving, and by God's grace, in 2015, a lot of children will not know that there was a time that you have to be carrying paper, pencil from one JAMB place, central, to the other. But it's unfortunate that the same Debu Ojerinde, that's a story for another day, have been demonized because people say he was leading monkey, snake to swallow money, which I tell you, even my little biology will tell you that monkey cannot swallow money. But that is job. People will tell you, oh, he's a corrupt person. Until tomorrow, no court have pronounced him guilty of all the offense that they have been alleging him. But that's a story for another day. Auntie Jimoke, this country, this Nigeria, we have human resources that can help us to achieve this. For me, even JAMB is more sophisticated than doing WAEC. If Professor Debo Jide with his team is able to digitalize JAMB exam, what is so difficult, Auntie Jimoke, that just election that is always 4 years, JAMB is every year. Election that is 4 years, is apart from the staggered election, we cannot go full blow digital.
So thank you for having me this morning or this night, and for this conversation. I'm going to come from a different perspective. I'm very simplistic in my approach and in the way I address things. Technology is not Nigeria's problem. Expertise is not Nigeria's problem. We probably have the most brilliant minds in the world.
Okay.
And if you look at what Nigerian...
Hello,
yeah?
Please,
can you hear me?
Can you on your camera, if you don't mind? Your camera
it's
is not...
late. It's very late here. It's like 10:30,
let's
so
just do it. Let's just put your picture there.
So if you don't mind.
All right.
So technology and expertise is not the problem. Is not our problem. The tech industry is full of Nigerian talents all across the world, globally. In Nigeria, what is it? Is it pay stack? We don't even need to look too far into digital and tech transmission. The banking system is fully fully electronic. In Nigeria, I can't remember the last time I carried cash around. I'm here in America and I can still use my account in Nigeria to pay bills. I had one of my mom's helpers in the store today to buy things, and I was able to transfer the funds from the US to pay for the things that she had. It is the willpower of the people. And, it's always very interesting when I hear that, we're not doing it, we don't have maybe the right infrastructure, or we don't have the expertise. We have all that. If we go fully electronic, then there is no room for us to practice our corruption and for us to manipulate the system. That's really what it is. I was very, very, very attentive to the Edo election, and we saw what technology can do. And it's not the government. I'm not one of those that point finger that says the government. We, the people, must do what is right. Starting from the voters' registration, it's, I think it's, Mrs. Ogunsanwo, please correct me if I'm wrong. With data, is garbage in, garbage out. Is whatever you feed the computer system that is going to spit out. So if you have, the technology starts from when you register the voters, when you validate or authenticate who is voting. First and foremost, that is where it should start. I was given, and I don't like to compare Nigeria to the first world countries, because their democracy is hundreds of years and they've gone through a lot of changes. The cultural differences are there. The environment is different. So I don't like to compare us, but I just want to use an example from when you go get your driver's license. Your documents is being authenticated. I don't need to go to another office to get my voter's card. When I'm renewing my driver's license or getting a driver's license is when I automatically get registered, because they've already validated my citizenship right from the motor vehicle department. So one system, whether it's the social security, whether it is by ID, everything is synergized. We have the same in Nigeria. We have NIN, we have BVN. Now we have the tax ID. So we know what to do. We just don't have the willpower, or some people do not have the willpower to do it. And until we Nigerians rise up to say no, this won't fly. Because we talk about the politicians, they are not the ones at the polling booths. They are not the ones uploading the results. They are not the ones manipulating the results. It's Nigerians. We Nigerians are the ones doing that. So we need to hold ourselves accountable. We need to hold those in our neighbor, because they are our neighbors. They go to our church. They are in our community. They are in our environment. Those are the ones that we need to hold accountable, not the few lawmakers that are sitting on top of their throne, dictating orders from there. Who carries out the orders from these people? We Nigerians. So we have to take responsibility and own our role in this faulty system, and so that we can fix it. That's the only way forward. 2023, the last elections was supposed to go very well, because everything was well done. They had gotten it was Professor Jega, I think he was on our platform. He had spoken about all the kinks was ironed out of this system, and it was supposed to go well. But who manipulated the system? Nigerians.
You mentioned data. Let me stay with you, Auntie Jimoke. Let me stay with you. You mentioned the importance of data. When I check, as I'm having this conversation, I just have to check. My BVN number for my BVN is by 11 figure. No, my NIM is by 11 figure. My BVM is almost, I think it's around 10 to figure. 10. Okay, I have a lot of things to think about my family, myself. Do you think the way we are even managing data, that it will make someone to remember? Because how am I going to, as if my BVN or my NIN could be like 4 digits, I can easily pick anytime I want to do anything, and either the bank or is asking me, I need to open my phone and actually make sure that I will not make mistake. What do you think we should do in Nigeria that will make data gathering to be very, very simple? It's complex. We make it very, very complex. Then now look at the process of gathering this information. Someone can just put an umbrella on the street. This is a person that doesn't know the meaning of data, and started, you just come and register your NIM, come and register your line. Come on. Data is security. I'm a criminology. Data is security tools. So what do you think we should do, that those that are in charge of our data is like where people that will be gathering our armory?
But it comes down to that corrupt practice, because whoever came up with BVN, NIN, and now a separate tax ID, it is an opportunity for people to make money, because you don't need 3 different IDs. You already have my biometrics on one, and I'm the same person. So if it is BVN you want to use, it should be synchronized. All the systems should be talking to each other. If I, Adejumoke, in America, put my thumbprint on something here, England will get it and be able to read my eyes and read everything about me, get my data. And these are even different, but they want system. My number, if I use my social security number here, it can everywhere data will come up. So it is also the willpower to do the right thing. That is the problem with us Nigerians. It's not that we don't know what to do. It's the willpower to do the right thing without corruption. The person who came up with NIN could have used BVN. Could have used BVN, or they could have now changed it to something else. I first did my national ID probably about 20 years ago in one village, and then it now became NIN, and then it was BVN, and now they're asking me to do tax ID. Why? Because different people are using it as an opportunity for them to get the contract to do this thing. And they know that it is not necessary. They know that data port they have for everyone, Jumoke is not going to change. My BVN already has all my information. So you are duplicating or replicating information across the board. Why? Because it's beneficial to some individuals that have gotten the contract to do this. Those are the realities. And until we face those realities and start to call these people out and hold them accountable, and I know, we are kind of very passive. We won't take a position to say, why are we using BVN and NIN again? We already have this number where Nigerians rise up, and whether I sit at home or really protest this, and they 2 young guys can synergize this information. This is how brilliant Nigerians are. We don't have the willpower to do the right thing. That's just the honesty. That's the honest truth.
Okay, Auntie Fumulayo want to call it. Lufumulayo want to.
Yes, I'm going to address this in just quick 2 POVs, perspectives. The first one is the synchronization of different types of IDs and numbers. Yes, you can have as a billion IDs as you want, but there should be a national one that any other ID is synced to that main ID, which is the governmental. So it could be either the NIN or the BVN. So when you have one, it brings out everything. Like in the UK, I have I can't even remember how many IDs I have, because I have the pensions ID, I have my tax ID, I have my company's ID, I have my national insurance number, because that's the main government one.
Our own name.
Yes. So once you put in that national ID, the national insurance number, it brings out every other thing. Right. Okay, let me give an example. I have because I've worked in so many as a contractor. I've worked in so many companies. So this one will do pensions for me. This one will do pensions for me. This one will do, because they have different tax codes and everything. However, the moment you put in my national insurance number, every other tax code syncs into that particular national insurance number. Now, going back to that part, the second one I wanted to speak about is about the data gathering and everything. Number one, Nigeria has the data protection law.
It's just a law.
It's just there, and it's not being implemented. I'm a data protection specialist in the United Kingdom. That's where the GDPR and the DPA Act is, and I'm a specialist in that. And one of the things why I'm here right now, I came to the country, is to start pushing the campaign for the Nigerian data protection law. We have this law. Maybe very few people who are enlightened, and obviously they know what it is in the United Kingdom. They are like, oh, we use the GDPR and everything. However, the Nigerian data protection law here is not being communicated to the people. So if I don't know the law, how would I know my rights? How would I know you are gathering? How would I know somebody is standing by the roadside and is just bringing up a small kiosk and is just gathering data? So I would say two parts to this. The government has to start bringing in a little bit of the private sector to come and help out in interpreting this law. And also the government also has to do a lot of work in the data protection side. Let people first even know what the law is. What are my rights? One of the things about the EU GDPR is that we all know our rights. Once you cross that border, they are already even pasting your rights to you. Your rights to access, your right to request, your right to delete, your right to transfer, your right to own. So you know your right. A child of about 4 will tell you their rights on data protection. So if the people here don't even know their rights, how would they know when somebody is collecting their BVN and NIN and whatever other codes they are here? You can't question what you don't know. You can't question what you don't know. So first of all, I will even first say that the data protection law that we have in Nigeria, that's the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation, NDPR, should be communicated to people. There should be great awareness about this, so that when people are now collecting your data, you can ask questions. What are you using my data for? Why are you collecting my data? How long are you keeping my data for? And when would this data be deleted for? So once you know that, then it's easier for us to now start putting every other thing in place. Then it's easier for us to now say, why are you having BVN and other code? Why can't you just synchronize that? So my sister on the line also from the US, yeah, she's quite right. But however, you have to, the awareness part has to be great. And that's one of the reasons why I came to start campaigning first for that data protection law. People need to know that law. People need to be aware of their rights. Then from there, we can now, it's what you know, then you can start questioning. When you don't know something, you can't question what you don't know.
It is what you know that you can question. Let me bring our philosopher here, Mr. Somi Oranta. If you cannot, he said it is what you know that you can question. It is what you can reason, information that you have that you can equally inform your question. But our lawmakers have said that we are too backward. According to them, say there are some places that are too backward. So for us to embrace technology, just as what our sisters agreed to, there's no plan to say, okay, let's allow this law, maybe in 2029, let this law, we will pass it, but it will be effective from 2029. This one now is no, in fact, it's like to her abomination. We don't want to embrace technology, and as we know, technology have come to stay. Whether we amend our law, without amend our law, then maybe a time is coming we'll just see ourselves very obsolete in the world. Mr. Somi.
Ex-President Jonathan once said that he was actually quoting an Indian proverb or parable or fable, where he said that if a man is asleep, you can wake the person and the person will wake up. But if the man is consciously pretending to be asleep, you just be wasting your energy. Like when you pour water on the back of a dog fowl, that will just drain. He's pretending to be asleep. He's awake, but pretending to be asleep. So you can keep on waking him from now till thy kingdom come, to no avail. So that is what is happening. But what I want to tell our people, those few men and women to whom we have surrendered our general will, for them to execute it on our behalf, if they do not understand that the sovereignty resides with the people. You see, the sister from the US was saying, putting the blame on the people. Yes, I understand. The people have they need to be conscious of their right to be able to ask or make demands. But a situation where people you elected into offices had decided to pauperize you, to impoverish you, to weaponize poverty, so that you could be led by the nose What do? It's a very, very serious situation. You know, there was this issue, a story about Joseph Stalin at the Politburo in USSR, coming into the Politburo. All the members of the council were all seated, and he came in with a chicken, and was defeathering it, peeling off the feather, plucking it, and by the time he got to his seat, everyone was surprised. The poor thing was stark naked, with some bit of blood and water pouring off the pores of the skin of the places where those feathers were pulled off. And he dropped the poor thing on the ground, you know, and then he dipped his hand in his pocket and brought some corn, and he was throwing it, you know, at that poor animal. And the poor animal was pecking at the corn until he get to his feet and lay there in submission, total submission. That's exactly what they are doing to Nigerian people. That's what they are doing to Nigerian people. So the people have been emasculated, the people have been battered and bespattered. The whole idea is to make us become spineless, so that we cannot resist their actions against us. But there's a limit to how you can push a people. The Nigerian people are law abiding. What is wrong with technology? They know that this thing can happen. But because, just like the sister in the States was saying, that because of what, you know, pecuniary reasons, that's why they are playing all this cat and mouse game with Nigerians. But every evil must have an expiry date. It is that expiry date that we don't know exactly when it will be. But I just will advise them to be careful. You can, even the most docile animal, there's a point to which you push it and it will push back. That's all I will say.
Okay, before I come back to let's still look at this, Oga Somi. Is it maybe because I deliberately ensure that she is here and Achidumoke is there? If great women like this are not afraid of technology, why should men be afraid of technology? He is an IT, in fact, IT expert, IT guru. The same thing with Achidumoke. And I equally know, thank God, he equally have a relationship with Ogun State. Some of the serious changes in Nigeria, you trace to women, great women from Ogun State, the Madam Ransom Kuti, even the Aba women riot, and Nigerian women are very, very sophisticated, and that's what we are seeing in them too. So I think the men should supposed to be more sophisticated than, because the house is dominated by men. Would have been, it is the women that are supposed to be afraid and say, if you go technology, where do you think we will be? A lot of women announce, do you know what? Let's go technology. Why the men are say, Emma, don't worry, let's stay here first. Let's still continue the same process. And the world is moving at a jet speed, because if, for example, I was having a conversation with that. Initially, when I studied education, one of my degrees in education, guidance and counseling, when they were taking us e-learning, people were just, no, this is not possible in Nigeria. But when COVID-19 came, every one of us blend. Till tomorrow, there was a one semester that Unila have online lecture throughout, which means technology is here. If you like, run away, is here, and before you know what is happening, maybe we are just trying to produce children for only Nigeria. Because if we must produce global citizen, sophisticated citizen, then I think technology should be like, even though we want to eat, we should digitalize it. If you want to go to anything about our life, supposed to be digitalized, Mr. Somi. Do you think we are thinking ahead of what is going on in the entire world?
You know, when you have people who deliberately pretend to be asleep, I still go back to that, fable. People who deliberately are pretending to be asleep, you keep on waking them and they'll be snoring as if they've gone, to the next world. But they are there, they're hearing everything you say. You see, these guys who are in governance system in Nigeria, they just feel, let us just be the best, local best. They can't try this thing. When they step off the shores of Nigeria, you see them behave themselves. But they know that this rubbish is not going to be admissible outside of the shores of Nigeria. When in the late, early 60s, when Nigeria got independence, Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore came to Nigeria. He said that, this is recorded in his book, From Third World to First, My Singapore Story. He said that he interfaced with the Okotiebos, the Azikiwes, the Awolowos, and all the great Nigerian, leaders of that time. Then he now went to Ghana, the Nkrumahs and all of them. He interfaced with them. And then he went back to his place. He now wrote in that book that from all that he saw, that he knew that it would be, if not impossible, but it would be very, very or extremely difficult for these fledgling African democracies to get off the wood. But I said that Lee Kuan Yew was wrong, because he assumed that these African democracies, that they will be angling to get off the wood, to get to the road, leave the forest. I said he was wrong because that was an assumption. Shortly after he said that, these guys, these African fledgling democracies, made a 360-degree turnaround and started walking back into the forest rather than coming out. So we have continued to go right into the forest until we're enveloped by total darkness. But it's not late. Our darkness could be turned to an advantage.
Okay.
That is, but they are denying it. Okay. You must accept your situation, and then you start to walk out of it.
Okay. Now let me come to Auntie Olufumlayo. Is women?
Sorry to interject. I think I have 3 minutes left.
Okay, I will send you another. I will send you another link. I will send you another link.
So it's okay.
I will send you another link so that as soon as you see you link, then I will come to you. Auntie Olufumlayo. Now, from what he said, there's one line that I get there. We must be deliberate. We must be conscious and say, okay, the world is moving like more than the speed of light, and we must be people like you, people who are teaching. Okay, tomorrow they may decide, oh, I spent 20 years in UK, I spent 20 years in US. It is time for me to come. We Africa will always say, it's time to come home. If we continue with this obsolete system, it may be your children may even say, Mom, if you are going to that country, I'm not coming because I do not know how to reach out. I have someone who was thinking that they said they're supposed to work remotely, but our system cannot accommodate that remote work.
Yeah.
Because of issue of data. So what would people like you be advocating that Nigeria government, you are transferring our punishment to future if we did not embrace technology? Then secondly, what do you think we can do? Just like what Ajimoke said, to the people. How do we ensure that our people are technologically aware of where the world is going? And it involves training. How do we do that? No lights.
Okay. That no light issue, I don't know how we're going to resolve that. However, what I would say is education. We have to educate our people. We have to educate our children. I like the adage Mr. Somi has been using of that part of when somebody is asleep, it's easier to wake them. But when somebody is pretending to sleep, then it's very, very difficult. You can wake the person up. But one thing the government needs to realize is that people are no more sleeping in Nigeria. Why? Because there was once upon a time that Nigerians didn't have people in diaspora who could enlighten and open their eyes, and we were kind of we did not have access to technology the way we all do right now. However, the world has become a global village that if something is happening right now in the US or in the UK, we are all seeing it live. And that's true to the advancement of technology. So what are we going to be doing? We need to make our people aware. First of all, the nitty-gritty of technology, what is actually driving technology is our data. Your data, my data, his data.
And we are not there in data.
Exactly.
We are not there at all.
If you want to be a trillionaire, go into data. And that's one of the reasons that our own government is not aware of. And probably
by implication, this is serious. There are potential in the data world.
I'm telling you, if you want to be a trillionaire, maybe in the next 5-10 years, go into data, because it's your data. And if people capture, the malicious people are able to get their hands on that data, there is nothing they can do about it. So it's the new oil. In fact, I can't even call it the new oil. It's the oil that is here to stay, because everybody's data right now is worth at least probably £1,000 or something like that, or $1,000 So what am I saying? The government has to ensure that they start creating that awareness of people's data. And that's also why, like I said, I've started this campaign on data protection. And also I started Niger Girls in Tech. Niger Girls in Tech. Okay. And the reason why I started that was because you said something. I said about women and everything. When I went into cybersecurity, I had in Nigeria. I schooled here, so it's not.
You schooled in Nigeria?
Oh, I did school here. Oh, you are University of Ibadan. I went to Ogunkola. I went to Ibadan.
One of those universities, University of Lagos, then others.
I know it's UI and others. And
hold on, sorry. Secondary school? What of secondary?
Federal Government College, Odogbolu.
So you are typical.
Yeah,
son of the soil.
I drank Odogbolu water. I drank our water.
More precisely, daughter of the soil.
Daughter of the soil. So I am very, very deeply rooted in my Nigerian roots, and also I'm also trying to bring my kids over to come and take part in part of the next generation so that they can help out. But why did I start this? When I went into, just a brief story, when I went into technology, my background was not in technology. My background was in mass communication. I wanted to be a talk show host. But getting to the United Kingdom, technology had just really started emerging at that period, and because of that, people had no choice but to start training, because our employers were like, if you are not using technology, or you don't know how to even put on a computer, you were never going to get a job. So the only way was for you to get a job, you needed to learn this thing. So at the end of the day, Niger Girls in Tech, for me, it was more of, how would I bring this back home? How would I be able to get technology to train our young girls, to ensure that our young girls also are conversant and know how to upskill themselves, how to ensure that they can feed themselves. And that's the reason why I'm coming back to help out. An average person, you
are coming to help in Afrio.
To be honest, yes, most of the girls are on scholarship. They're on scholarship they're on scholarship at the moment, and we are hoping that we have funders, sponsors to come and help out. At least sponsor 5 girls, 5. But right now, I'm solely funding this whole project, and the reason is because we found out that looking at the research, we found that a lot of young girls got scared of technology because they didn't know.
That's the question I was trying to ask.
Yes, what aspect of technology to go into. And luckily, I have been somebody that I've worked in almost various parts of technology, whether in the core tech or in the non-technical side. So I'm here to show girls that, even if you don't want to go into coding, software development and all that, or cybersecurity, come into the governance, risk and compliance area.
What do you mean by that?
Governance is where you are ensuring that the systems that you put in place, it's secure, the people who are actually doing the core-tech are following the standards or they are following laws. And what is driving it is just nothing more than the Nigerian Data Protection Act. But if the people who wrote the law do not even know how to implement the law itself, then how would the normal people know what is their rights or what?
Which is, by implication, is from you now, from information I get from you now, it's not able to use it to conduct election as the issue now.
Yeah.
This is what must put food on our table.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Right now, globally, there's a huge deficit of technological skilled workers all over the world. I'm telling you, it's a huge deficit. And not to now even talk, you find out you have one developer that has about 20 projects because everybody wants to build websites and he's inundated with work. And so he's tired, he's human. So how can we now get more people to be able to get into this role and be able to feed themselves?
I think I don't mind. I would have give you, if I'm allowed, I would have give you a query, because you would have found a way to meet the House of Representatives, our lawmaker, and allow them to know that you don't throw a baby with the bathwater, even with the soil where the bathwater is, technology has come to stay. It's not even for. So they would have just say, okay, any person that want to eat, you must be digitalized.
Yes.
If you want to go to the farm, you must be digitalized. So
yes.
How do we start from the home? Because if they are not ready, what should we do to start from the home right away?
Well, we just need to start creating the awareness. This is what you're doing right now, which is very good. Create the awareness. Get people in who understand this thing, that they are already advanced in that and they can come and help back at home and start creating this awareness. Because by the time we create the awareness, people gradually will now start to understand. Currently, we are working on a product where we are going to start putting out data protection act, people knowing their rights on their data in our native language. We're doing
native
that.
Language.
Yes.
We never finish English.
No, because we realize that people are able to engage more with their native languages. So what we are trying to do is pushing out all this data protection, data laws and everything, and even technology through Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Pidgin, so that when people hear it in their native languages, they can associate with it and they can ask the right questions and they'll be able to know what to do. And those are part of the things why I am here, and I'm trying to come back and help out back at home.
Now, Auntie Jumoke, are you with us? Are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, now I have a challenge here.
I can stay for another 5-10 minutes.
No, okay. Let's just after that we appreciate all your sacrifice. Now, quickly, from what Auntie Olufunla is telling us now, it's not only for us to be looking at how to use the technology to conduct election. That even possibly, if you want to eat, you want to go and escort someone or see someone, or it has to be digitalized. That it is a way of employment on its own. And Chijimoko, what do we do? Who is afraid? If women like you are not afraid of going into the engineering world or tech world, why is men like us now running away?
So I don't know that they are running away because they are afraid of it. It's like people that operate in darkness are afraid of light. Because the light would expose their deeds. That's really what it is. So technology doesn't, the fear that technology has on certain people is because it takes away the power and the authority that they have. That's really what that fear is. And I want to correct something. It's not that the people are the only ones responsible. If change is going to come, it's not going to come from the those that are holding, that had a stranglehold on Nigeria. It's going to come from the people. Every conversation and the things that we have been saying goes back to the people. If the people do not feel empowered, if the people do not rise up to take their rightful place and authority, and we keep seeing ourselves as victims, then nothing is going to change. So that is the first thing that I want to say. Change has never come from the top. it has always come from the bottom.
Now,
You look at whether it's the Arab Springs, whether it's the Berlin, East Europe, everywhere change has come, it has come from people. And that is, that for me, that is the gospel that I preach. Now, when we talk about technology, and I don't, you were talking about whether it's in the village. If you go to grandma inside the village in one local government, one in a village, they are using TikTok. The grandma can speak, can do FaceTime with her children abroad. She may not be able to speak English, but she can see them because she has a phone that connects her to her daughter or her son outside the country.
even
That's
the criminal
still
in the
part of
bush are doing
technology.
TikTok. The criminal,
I'm sorry?
I mean, even the criminal, they show us video inside thick
Exactly.
forest, desert.
So I'm even just grandma in the village, inner village. Someone has given her a phone that she can use to FaceTime her children. That is still technology. The embracing of the fear of technology is by just a handful of people that want to retain their stranglehold on the country. And until we, the people, and I go back again, we are not the victims. We should not victimize ourselves and render ourselves powerless. Like, okay, we're waiting for this great people to release us before we can be released. We're waiting for them to determine which direction we go, because if they don't, then nothing good will come out. I go back to what I said earlier on. The poor workers are Nigerians, everyday Nigerians that come from our community. They come from our churches. It is not the politician in Abuja that goes to upload the wrong results or changes the results at the poll centers. Nigerians do that. Nigerians like you and I. That is the point that I was trying to make. So until that mindset changes, until we stand as Nigerians to say no, enough is enough. How many of us can they really kill? How many can they imprison? If we have 1,000 Showores, Nigeria will change. That is the reality. Showore just won a lawsuit against Lagos State. That's one person.
No,
Look
Lagos
at the
State
people
Police
like
Command.
Dele Farotimis and all those people that are standing up. That is what I'm asking us Nigerians to do. To rise up and say no. No, not anymore. For us to feel empowered. My sister was talking about about educating people for to know their rights, their data rights. If they are educated, then what will they do with it? If they feel powerless, who are they going to ask? They're not going to ask anybody because they don't feel that they have the power. So I use this opportunity anywhere I go to let Nigeria knows that we are not the victims. The power is with us, the people. We are 200 and something million strong at the most. These people are 1% of us. And or even let's even assume they are 10%. Let's even assume they are 22 million, and they are not even that much. They are probably 1%, about 2 point something million. They cannot overpower 99%. So we need to understand that the power is in us and the change must come from us. We can't wait for the people that are enjoying the benefit of our oppression to give up power easily. No, it's not going to happen. It has to start with us standing for truth and justice, standing for what is right everywhere we go. And that the poor workers that refuse to do the wrong thing, that refuse to load the wrong results or tamper with the results at every ward, that's where the change is going to come.
Auntie Jumoke, before I let you go, and we call it thank you, Auntie Jumoke, Aki Taylor is a Chief Operating Officer, Trial Africa Empowerment Foundation. As we let you go in like 50 seconds, what is your take on, not that Nigeria did not want to express their reservation. There was a time in Nigeria here, is it last year or sometimes ago, people protest for hunger, and they were charged for treason. People were saying, oh, they're hungry. Our security agency charged them for treason. So because of that, it's like people are like become like a victim. They are, oh, it's as if this is not even their country. I believe you saw it. You saw it on
Yeah,
when
I
were
saw
it's
it.
such the news that people are saying that I'm hungry. Our Nigerian police charge them for treason. It's funny.
That's my point. But it is Nigerians that are the Nigerian police. It is Nigerians that perpetrated this evil against fellow Nigerians. The judge that sentenced them to jail is a Nigerian from within that community. So when I'm talking about Nigerians and the people, I'm not just talking about whether it is the disenfranchised people or those that are not economically viable. I'm talking of us as a people that refuse to do the right thing. The policeman that goes and it takes orders to go and shoot at kids that are not doing anything is a Nigerian. The policeman that handcuffs an innocent person is a Nigerian that is going to go home to their community, that is going to go to church on Sunday or mosque on Friday. That is a Nigerian. So these are the people that I'm talking about. Those that have the opportunity to do the right thing and still refuse to do the right thing. The driver that drives the policeman, or the driver that drives the policeman to court every day, or that helps cook lies or help create doctor evidence. These are Nigerians. Those are the people I'm talking about. I'm not talking of the innocent Nigerians that are basically victims, but the Nigerians that had the opportunity to do the right thing and refuse to do the right thing. Those are the Nigerians I'm talking about. There are some areas where in some countries where the people are rioting, and the policemen will take off their uniform because they know they are fighting for them as well and their generations to come. That's what I'm talking about. These are the Nigerians I'm talking about. They are not different from us. I was in Nigeria recently, and I will end with this one. There was a man driving on a one-way street, and the police in that area stopped him, and he was yelling and screaming, "Do you know who I am?" I stepped up and I said, "Sir," I first and foremost told the policeman, "Thank you for your service to the country." And I said, "Sir, you are doing the wrong thing by driving on the wrong side of the road, and these people are doing their job." And he got upset, and everyone that was, but I stood up against him. And I was standing there. He called the IG or whoever he was calling, and threatening the policemen. And I said, I told them, I gave them my phone number. I said, if anything happens to your job, call me. I will take it up. It's not that I know anyone, but I will make enough noise because you are doing the right thing. And everyone that was around now stood up and said, yes, he shouldn't have driven on the wrong way. That guy left. This is we Nigerians standing up to say no. He was wrong. But typically people would just look and walk away. As I was going, my young girls were with me, and they were like, "Mommy, don't go. You know this." I said, "No, we have to keep standing up for what is right." And I turned to those people, I said, "You are all here. There are about 15 of you in this corner. There's only one man in this big Jeep that is oppressing us Nigerians by driving on the wrong side of the road, and you are quiet." So we need to keep educating ourselves every opportunity we get to rise up against oppression. That is how change is going to come. So that's what I mean. 15 or 20 of us in that corner could have risen up against that guy, and there's nothing he could have done. He would have run for his life because he wouldn't know what next was going to happen. It happens with Okada drivers or this motorcycle, where you attack one of them and the rest of them come. They will run away. That is what I'm asking Nigerians to do, that we need to start rising up against oppression together.
Thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and
thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
And I believe you are not going to say whether I'm a military person. We are going to do this another time, a good time at your convenience.
Hopefully it won't be at 11 o'clock or midnight my time.
Is it a yes or yes?
I'm sorry?
Is it a yes or yes? We are going to do it again. Is it a yes or yes?
We will do it again. I said hopefully it won't be at midnight my time, and maybe I will prepare and a camera at that time. It's just I have another meeting that I have to go to now.
All right, thank you
unfortunately.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
and thank you to my sister there and my brother. Thank you for your time, and I'm sure by the grace of God, as we continue to do our own bit, Nigeria will be great again. Amen. It has no choice but to be great again.
Amen.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Let me come to you, Auntie Olufumilayo. You listen to her. We must. It's like becoming more that this country must. We must put the proper things in place, because no matter if we start praying from here till tomorrow to the kingdom, things will not change. It must our action, your action, my action, conscious, deliberate action that will actually change the situation for better. Nigeria can do better than what we are, because you are from UK, she's from there are a lot of Nigerians in Australia, in Canada that are doing very, very good. But when it comes to here, it becomes like there's something that is disturbing. You school here in Nigeria from secondary to university, now you are doing very great there. So what do you think we should do, especially technology? We spoke with Madam Jumokena, technology, it is technology that actually enhances us to do it. So it becomes a must. So our lawmaker, how do we school them to know that it has come to stay, whether they like it or not?
Good. Thank you for that question. How do we school them? We have to create the awareness. Jumoke said something that I was going to beg to differ a bit in this, although she later alluded to it towards the end of her story. What she was trying to say was, oh, people should just rise up, people should just rise up. When people don't know what their rights are, how can you rise up? And the reason is because people who are educated, people who are enlightened, people who have traveled out and have seen the way the Western world have done their things, they come back here and just to come back and say and do as if they never saw anything. Now, there has to be a kind of balance between both worlds, because there are some people who just don't know. They're just doing their own thing. They're just being led. Mr. Somi said something earlier in the program. He said, when the government weaponizes poverty, when somebody is poor and you give them food, what would they do? An hungry man is an angry man.
They must survive.
They must survive, so they will follow whatever you say. However, when people who have actually eaten can say, no, enough of this injustice, enough of you taking what belongs to us, and connect with the low man, so that both of you can come together in a powerful voice, you can change the government's voice. Now, I always say something.
No, she said we can change governor voice, because in Nigeria, they should not accuse us of trying to topple government. People can. He said we can change governor voice. That is, they can review what they are saying and now say, okay, this is the best option.
Yes, we can only do that if we come in numbers. You can't come as an individual and keep saying, oh, the people themselves. It's like a child. If a child doesn't know what they are doing, the Yorubas say this adage, if I'm correct, that there's no way a child will not use echo to rub his face, because he or she does. No, it's the parent that now shows the child that, no, this is the way you eat your food.
That is not powder.
Exactly. So what are we doing? We, the people who already know, who have this knowledge. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. Whether technically, whether in any other, knowledge is power. The people who know should bring the people who don't know. Enlighten those ones. Then we can change the voices of the government. Because, like she said it's just maybe a 1% of the Nigerian population are controlling everybody, and they're just misleading the Nigerian public. But if the people who know are standing, okay, like now, sometimes they'll say, oh, there is a protest, a peaceful protest. Guess what? The middle class or the elites will sit in their houses and expect the low man to go and fight. Why are you sitting in your house and you want a change? let everybody come out together. Because when you come out and they see the Showarez and the big people and the Dangotes coming out to protest, you can't do anything. There was a time I watched a movie a long time ago. It was about Martin Luther King. And when he was going to go to the, the house then, I can't remember the name, and he wanted to change the law for slave emancipation. Initially, when he first went, he went with just the blacks. And as he was going, he got to the point of the their White House or something like that, and he stopped. He said, "No, we can't go further." Why? Because if we go further, they will kill all of us. The people said, "No, let's go there." He said, "No, we have to go back." Guess what he went to do? He prayed. He went back, and what did he do? He now called everybody. Both whites, Jews, blacks, Indians, everyone, come and support this dream. And that was how they were able to change history today. And that's why when they say we have a dream, that's how that history got changed, because it got every other person involved. So what are we trying to say here? It is time that both the elites and the low people come together, educate themselves on their rights. And then from there, it's easier for us to change the government, the voices of the government, and say, come, our numbers are more than your numbers. So we need you to change your style, your system, your procedures.
You are there to represent
yes,
us,
you are
not
there
to represent yourself.
Your policies must favor us. Your procedures, your systems must favor us, not us favoring what you are bringing in. But if we all sit down at home, everybody's sitting down at home, and some people, the hungry man is going out there fighting for his own life, for survival. Then we say, oh, it's the people themselves. No. People have to educate people. We've got to wash. Europeans will say we have to wash. If we're not using the yam to eat a palm oil, we must use the palm oil to eat the yam. So we must all come together, fix together, educate the people at the low end. Everybody come together, and we can be able to change the government voice. So for the technical part of it, for me, it's more of us, first of all, and I'll still go back to it, education, training and awareness. We've got to create this awareness. We don't create it, it's never going to happen. And when we create it, the more people who are now aware of their rights, of their data, of their knowledge, then we can now say, no, you can't just do things like this. We are going to change the way you operate things, and that's the way things can go forward.
That is the voice of Olufunmilayo Ogunwo Adesonya. Is a founder, CEO, Naija Tech.
Naija Girls.
Okay. So
Girls in Tech.
I'm trying to integrate men to it now. That's why
everybody has been quarreling with me.
Because
we're not the men.
So people who say that it's only women, they face. So we are.
No, but to be honest, we are gender inclusive as well. But the drive actually is for girls, because we want to put money. We want our girls to have economic power.
So that men go they broke.
Well, you men are the ones that are ruling. Give us a chance as well. Let us get there. So we are gender inclusive as well, and at the same time, we are also not looking away from people with disabilities as well. We're bringing them in as well, so that they too, they can be empowered. So,
now, a friend of mine that is listening to you now, saw the fly, said, which kind of hard this woman? How would this woman go leave UK? They come Nigeria when they think of how to carry without even carrying his slippers, just find himself in UK and just stay there. So even though it's not working. So when you get there, it's as if that water is just you must see how Nigeria will work. And we have a lot of people like you.
Yeah,
outside there.
You know, when you've lived abroad for years and you've seen it all, there is really nothing much they have to offer you there. But there is something we that have been there have to offer our people here. And that is where the drive comes from. And like I said, I'm the daughter of the soil. I drank our water, mommy water here. So there is much more to give to our people. And that is what is driving me. And the only way I have seen it, or maybe because of the way I have learned, is through tech. I have seen the white man make millions. I have worked with white people make billions, and they are billionaires. They will not talk. They will just work as they wear shirts, jeans, but they are making billions of pounds or dollars every single day, and whereas our people are just still hungry to provide 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 10,000 naira is a big deal. So I am here to change that narrative, and I am here to help people to see the other side, that there are jobs. When you say there are no jobs, I said, just even in my...
There is no job. I have a student in first class, actuarial science, looking for a job.
No, there are jobs.
It's
just because...
University of Lagos. So.
There are, see, let me tell you, technically, if people start investing technically here, you will find out that at least 50% of the youth will be employed. But the question for me is, are they trained? Have they upskilled themselves? You still find out that in universities that we have, you are still having courses like French, classics, business administrations. Who does that?
You are my chairman, have a guy fine have, because we say it is not the number of prayer that will put money, it is number what you have on your head that put money in your pocket.
Yes. In China right now, they're already training their nursery school on AI. On how to study with AI. You see them, they're learning maths, they're learning different things with AI. Where are we? We're still talking about things. So, but the question for me is, if we don't upskill our young people right now, start making sure that they know what area of tech can they go into, we're never going to get there. So that's it.
Let me open the phone, but let Augusto me. All of me and you now we have to learn, because we just have to find ourselves into the tech world. But it's already marginalizing that it is Nigeria girls tech. What? Maybe we will say Nigeria girls mistakenly boys tech.
Probably we'll have another name for.
You know, in Nigeria today, we have city boys movement. We now have city, village boys movement. You know, even these village girls too are coming up too. So maybe, since there's Nigeria girls in tech, maybe someone else will come with Nigeria boys in tech.
Probably, yes.
So yes. They see the crux of this whole thing is that we have to educate ourselves.
Yeah.
We should be able to, a man who, what are our leaders? No, not leaders, our rulers, because a lot of them are political scavengers. What they do is to ensure that they lead a group of people that are ignorant. But you see, when people are enlightened, if you're leading them, it makes it easy for you.
Exactly.
But when they are when they are ragtag, when they are ignorant, it's a very difficult job, showing them the way. So it is to their advantage that Nigeria develops. All right. It is to their advantage. But if we continue to try to suppress every form of development, it's not in our interest at all.
The call is already, they don't invest.
Yes.
They don't invest for me. Okay, let's start picking the caller. Let's see if we can try this. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. I bet no verse. I was just trying to open the phone.
Hello.
A quick one. Would they hear you, sir?
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Hello, Augustine. What is
Hello.
wrong? Can you hear me, sir?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, yes. Augustine.
They can't hear you.
Oh, you can't.
Hello.
Oh, God. Austin, what is wrong? My engineer is trying to sort it out. Okay. Make una know verse. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Can
Good
we,
morning.
because of time, can we do it in like 70 seconds? Good morning.
Okay. Thank you. Patrick is calling from Okota.
Thank you very much. Patrick, join us from Okota.
Now, the statement you played from the president, that means that it's like what the Senate passed. It's different from the speech that the president made, because it's a manual. And the president the Senate said where there is no network. So there are two contradictions here. So it means that what the president said is what we are going to rely on. So I'm calling on Nigerians to just come out like today's election. when they are telling us that Wike's intervention has made a candidate of Party A to step down for a candidate of Party B. That in itself is that not the language of rigging. So I don't know where the hope is coming from here in Nigeria.
All
Let
right,
me make it clear. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you very, very much for that. Okay, people have the number already, and before I even mention the coordinate. Hello, good morning. Let's try again. Hello.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good
Mr.
morning.
Joseph
Good morning.
Good morning to all
Thank you.
your speakers. They
Yeah,
have really spoken well.
Thank you very much.
My name is Luchi from Isolo.
Okay, talk to us.
So, like they all rightly said, and the one that catches me the most is the fact that yes, we need to get enlightened. We need to get aware. We need to be sensitized. And then what do we do with all of the awareness? We need to rise. That's where the action comes in. Because the sad thing is that our leaders, they have all succeeded in, planting fear in the people through oppression and weaponization. But the high time we all rose to hold these people accountable, the better for us. So I rested there.
Thank you.
To your guest, the beautiful woman that spoke about the Niger Girls in Tech program. So I would like to know what the modus operandi is. Like, what does it? How do we get enrolled? Does it come at the cost? I would like to participate.
Okay, what we'll do is because she comes here to share information on issue of our voter, but I will find out some information from her. Then we'll find a way to discuss with management and find a way to pass that information to the public. Is that okay? Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to everybody.
Your network is a bit okay. Let's try now. Yeah, go on.
Hello.
Yeah, go on.
Good morning to everyone in the studio.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Joseph. What I want to say, the issue of when protest, they say we can protest, everybody can come around and protest when we operate. If you protest, government will take their own people to oppress the people. How do you look at it? Tear gas and whatever. That is my own point here.
All right, sir. Thank you. Let's pick the last call. Let's see. Let's try the last call. Yeah, let me try this. Person has been making effort. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. A quick one. 50 seconds.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Additional was
Okay. Talk to us.
I'm calling you from Ikorodu.
Okay, Ikorodu is a nice.
You see, as far as I'm concerned with this electoral law, I think I appreciate it. Why am I saying this? In some area, I have traveled, go to Kwara from Kwara State. When we go for the Kabri last year.
Hello. I think network is.
5 hours.
Hello. Can you do it in 40 seconds, sir? 40 seconds. Because we're out of time.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Morning,
Good morning, sir. Yeah, I thank all of you. In this. My name is Mr. Abdemlat. I'm calling you from my grade.
Okay. 40 seconds, please.
So I want to thank Auntie Jumoke there, the woman in
you from US.
Yes, okay, the one in the student.
Okay, Auntie Olufumilaya.
Yes. I'm telling you, she really spoke my mind and spoke. I think maybe the majority of us that listening. The woman in that side, I thank her as well. What I'm trying to say this morning is that, like the woman in that side was saying about people. Nothing I think people can do much about this than the government. Because when government is doing the right thing, I think people will follow. Like I remember those days. I never know government very well about this very well. When they say, I think president or governor said like they put through rules that they cannot do something outside the road. Either you are from you are driving or you are inside the car, and people follow it up there, and the law stand by that time. No, everybody stand by it. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that
your program this morning is very, very interesting. The man yes, used the Jonathan this instead. Hello sir.
Yeah.
So let me round up by saying that when government is the first, when government is going to do the right thing, people will follow up. It's not about people. Nothing people could do, because if they come out, they will share that, they will tear gas you like the way they do this thing. People come out the other time to do the right thing, and those political scavengers that is ruling us, they know that people stand to do the right thing by protesting, and at the end of the day, they do not do the right thing. Okay, look at what the president is talking about now. He's talking about digital.
Right, we're out of time.
Never talk about
40
electronic.
seconds has gone. Thank you very, very much, Chief. Thank you very, very much. Auntie Olufumulayo, as we go, we are still going to, it could be virtual, I don't mind. Yes or yes?
Oh, yes.
Please.
Yes.
This, whether the lawmakers say we follow technology, Nigeria want technology.
Yes.
Let's follow the path of Nigeria.
Yeah.
So we will be having this conversation with you. How do we ensure that we are aware, we educate ourselves, inform ourselves on what is going on in the tech world? But it's going to be a yes or yes.
It's a yes.
All right. Okay, as we go,
tech is here to stay.
Yeah, as
it's
we
here.
go, yeah. What's your parting words? Especially greet your people in Odugbolu, right?
Odugbolu, UI. I schooled a lot in everywhere. I schooled in Ibadan. I schooled in Moshood Abiola Polytechnic and FGC Odugbolu and UI. I would like to say to everyone, thank you to everyone who have listened. This is also an eye opener for me to also go back and think more how we can help change the government's views on technology. We've got to have a strategy. That's another thing I'm going to talk about. We can't keep, they always say this saying that can a fool keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So we have to change our strategy. This old way of doing things, we've got to change it. We've got to find a method in which we can help change the government.
I believe my chairman should be here, because chairman technology, or guy fine will say technology.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe he must.
Yes.
I will make sure that you
exactly. So we've just got to change our strategy. When we change our strategy as the people, the public of Nigerians, I'm sure the Nigerian government will listen. Yes, they are saying, oh, there's no infrastructure, there's no this. We can tell them, okay, if it's not going to be possible for this election, let it be in the next election. Plan it. Put it in place. Let it go into a bill or into a law. And then everybody will now be like, okay, we can't do it this one, but by this one time, it must be there. So that's all I would say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Oga Somi, as we go.
Yeah.
You are a customer that Danny, so we always have you here to educate and inform us.
I think the people actually need to be conscious of their disadvantage and then come together. It's only when we come together that we can be able to get things done. Let us do away with this thought that because they are up there, we should always remind ourselves that they are there because of we that are here. So the hands, the legs cannot in any way tie the hands. We are the people who have the sovereignty, and we must continue to request or insist on what is right for our nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Say we are the people, and this is the voice of the people. VOP 90.3 will be, by the special grace of God, will be here coming Saturday again, and we have a lot of wonderful program from today till tomorrow, next tomorrow, from 24-hour wonderful, educative, and charging program to tell you that this is our country. We must own this country. My name is Joseph Folorunshaw. Bye-bye for now.
Oh, that's good. Thank you very much. Yeah.